Да! Отпусти его! Don't move.
Подожди.
Where are your friends?
Амнуй бакер.
Кто-нибудь снимите меня!
He's coming too. Roger that. You made it. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility.
Ow, fucker. Ow, bitch! I hate this game.
Snake, talk to me!
Fucked.
Snake!
No! Because it's not nice. No!
Enter the Eastern Communications Post and destroy the target equipment. Its location is on your iDroid.
Это 47. Неизвестные выстрелы. Откуда сказать не могу. Прием. Понял. Возможно, это вражеское нападение. Всем быть начеку. Конец связи.
You gotta extract him. binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility.
Doggy creaking.
Всем боевым группам, это кафе. Наряды культ. Все министры приготовиться к бою. Зона 1, это кафе. Открыть подавляющий минометный огонь по цели. Прием. Это зона 1. Вас понял. Подготовка к минометному
I'm dead.
конец связи. Это КП, понял. Будьте очень внимательны. Реагируйте на каждое движение. Конец связи. КП, это зона 4. Потерял противника из вида. Ищу последние точки соприкосновения. Прием. Это КП, понял. Проверьте, но осторожно. Конец связи. На меня!
Big truck. Got him. Am I what? Metal Gear, yeah. Holy shit! Dumb fucking idiot. What do you got? Pull out. Oh, fuck. Oh! Not nice. The helicopter, they're gonna fucking kick my ass.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
Enter the Eastern Communications Post and destroy the target equipment. Its location is on your iDroid.
КП, это зона 7. Неизвестные выстрелы. Откуда сказать не могу. Прием. Это КП, понял. Все единицы. Будьте бдительны и найдите нарушителей. Конец связи.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Oh my god.
First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility. That antenna is one of the targets. Good. That's the first one. Destroy the remaining antennas. That's the second one. That wasn't the last of them, though. Keep going.
I hit a bird at this guy, what the hell?
Good work. You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone. Roger.
I'm dead.
We can't let them follow you. Throw off the enemies on your tail first. All right, the coast is clear. Mission complete. All right, mission. You'll actually break a sweat next time, huh?
No way I got AIDS here. No way.
Call me Ben 10 cause I own 10 Benz. Now that's cabbage cause I always carry 10 Benz. Just kidding, it's cause I only got 10 friends. And nothing less than, that's my 10 cents. You a small fry, I'm a double corp. Drink orange juice straight with extra pulp. Doctors confused why I got an extra pulse.
Bro.
Wait till I use my arms. Feeling like a mercy. I end every show with a curse. You start the show and 2 hours early. I'm off the Pepsi and you off the perky. Call me Ben 10 cause I own 10 Benz. Now that's...
Hey, you think those old video games are still in the shed?
Yeah, we should check it out for old cart's sake.
I can't believe we used to do that. My eyes tell me your tales, and you see the road and match my soul until it is last when...
Who you put in, sweetie?
Amanda.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Amanda.
Who you put in, sweetie?
Amanda.
Yeah.
A kickflip, bro. I mean, nice. Good job. Yo, what do you do for a living?
Huh?
What do you do for a living?
Oh, thank you.
No, what do you do for a living?
No.
What? Yo, what do you do for a living?
Huh?
Stop, do a kickflip. Yo, do a kickflip. Do a kickflip. Hey, do a kickflip. Hey, do a kickflip. Do a kickflip. I got my Jordans on there. That's all right. Aren't Jordans for skating? Oh, yes. Do a kickflip. Okay, do a double flip. We know who you are. No, whatever you want. Do any flip. Boom. Get some headphones. Yeah, man. Thanks for playing. You too. Right on. Hey, yo, do a bar spin. Yes! Sick. That was sick, bro. Alright. Later.
Dude, that bar spin was...
Whole life was leading up to that moment. Like, someone to call him out to do a bar spin. Because he was locked and loaded right when they said it. Stop, do a kickflip! Yo, do a kickflip! Do a kickflip! Hey, do a kickflip! Hey, do a kickflip! Do a kickflip!
Prolonged time in the field is bad for the body and mind. I think it's time you took a break. Do it for me.
Another break?
Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
Okay, going back to Mother Base.
Stay back. It's too dangerous. Hey. Back up, kid. I said no. You have to stay back. Some things can't be helped. Back to your quarters. What's going on?
Shabani. Mayaka 9 Kingo ya. Shabani.
It's down there. Hey, the tank at the bottom is filled with chlorine disinfectant. One whiff and you'll suffocate. Don't even. How could you let it fall down there anyway? Down there, and it is over. Boss! Hey! Listen to me! There is no way to recover the body. What kind of stunt was that? Trying to panic us?
boss. About that AI pod you retrieved from Emmerich's research facility. Guess what we found inside? A corpse. Human. The pod maintained a low internal temperature the whole time, and very little outside air got in. That would have slowed down decomposition. Still, the remains were mostly skeletal. Estimated time of death is between 6 months and a year ago. We put the screws to Huey about it. Listen to the tape. Turns out it was the body of someone we knew very well.
Fine. Yes, Strangelove was doing AI research in that lab.
Why hide that until now?
Why? Okay, so what? I wasn't working alone. You've got to understand. You do understand, right? I didn't want to drag her into this. It's my load to bear, alone.
So you didn't create the AI intended to drive Sahelanthropus. It was Strangelove.
Skullface was never in favor of AI control. So naturally they argued. Strangelove, she got him angry and he killed her.
How? You didn't see it? So you found her inside that pod after the fact. And you just left her body to rot in there. Or perhaps you put her in there afterward.
I asked him not to take her away from me.
So she was killed by Skullface, but you asked nicely, and he put her body in the AI pod for you?
That's right.
Pathetic. You know, we have another idea. That you killed her.
What, me? I couldn't kill her.
You killed her and locked her body in the pod.
I wouldn't. Don't treat me like one of you. I can't just kill anyone whenever I feel like it. I'm a normal human being.
Oh, I see. So you just shut her inside and waited for her to die.
I would never do that.
What, you mean she killed herself?
Yes. She climbed inside that pod and shut the door. It can't be opened from the outside. It was suicide. Suicide, I said. She killed herself. She got in when I wasn't looking and suffocated. She'd often try to do things like that. By the time I realized and opened the door, she wasn't breathing. I got scared and shut the pod again. I couldn't bring myself to open it back up. That's right. Me? Kill her? What is wrong with you?
I see. Just tell me one more thing.
Haven't you gotten enough today?
Okay, I see it's a painful memory. You don't have to answer, just listen to the question. You see, we examined her remains. She had a scar on her lower abdomen, a surgical scar. It had been stitched up and had fully healed, meaning it was long before her death. She had a child, didn't she? Your child. Where's the kid?
How should I know?
So there is a child.
I've never seen his face.
What do you take us for?
They took it all. Even my child. I didn't even know he'd been born. I lost everything.
How old would he be?
It's 4 years since then.
And you know it's a boy.
Strangelove said so.
And his name?
We called him Hal, even though I never saw his face.
Damn, they took his kid. Damn. Alright, I unmuted y'all. There's a cutscene I had to watch real quick. Okay, stop.
I'd say
Stop.
he's fighting his
Stop.
fears.
Don't talk like that. That's
Joyce's
annoying.
only reason for getting up in the morning. Then he got his revenge. He didn't bring back anything.
It's funny as shit. Hello?
Yeah. Just wish he wouldn't directed at us. You got that right.
Well, you're right, I guess. What'd I miss? Oh, hell yeah. Thank you, Mom. You lost the top part? Oh, she threw away that little part that keeps the thing, or the card. Oh my god, you're selling. You can order a new one, or a cover for it. Wait, so they also broke the back stand too, or am I missing? Oh, yeah, no, that shit's a pain in the ass to fix too. I tried ordering a new one for a friend of mine, because he broke his brother's. And when he broke it, his brother flipped the fuck out on him. He said, "You better get me a new one, or else I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of you." He did. And, when he did, the next day, he brought it to school and said, "Nate, fix this." And I was like, I literally just looked at him. I looked at him. I was like, yeah, no, that's how it was. That's why I looked at him like that, because it was just, I just click, and then it was done. And it was like, bro, you could have done this yourself. Okay. There's a racist joke that's to be said, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna say it. Oh no, that's not.
How those kids do? Honestly, I'm not too sure.
Waiting water? Wait in the water. That?
I figured as much.
I already
They've
forgot.
lost their families to war, had malicious abducted and forced into fight. They've got an attitude. They're not bad at heart.
Right. I just wish there was something else I could do for them.
Yeah. They're not exactly the best role models, huh?
Idiot. Insane. Yeah. Are you talking to me or so? Oh, you want me to send you the? I have like a extra cable. I have 3 cables. Same way I sent my hoodie, that one, bro. You did understand or you didn't? You know, through the mail. What would I do with your address if I'd send milk? You're just rich. Hold on.
The Soviet troops on the ground want to go home, but at least they have homes to go back to. The Afghans have lost theirs. The Soviets destroy the Kishlaks.
Kaz, what about the unit that attacked us in the mist? You knew something about them.
That wasn't my first run-in with them. It happened right before. Diamond Dogs. The word...
Ocelot.
Once word of Big Boss's return starts traveling, that'll be our true deterrent against Cypher. In other words, no one will dare to come gunning for you.
How do you figure?
Cypher lacks a large-scale fighting force. PFs are the perfect tool for them. But those PFs revere you. The legendary Big Boss. If Cypher killed you now, they wouldn't take it lying down. Maybe they'd even go looking for revenge, but they definitely wouldn't keep doing Cypher's dirty work, even if it put their lives at stake. That's why it's no longer a benefit to Cypher to get rid of you. The very fact that you're alive is our greatest defense against Cypher.
Nice to know. It'll buy us some time while we get back to full strength.
Just keep in mind what I'm saying. Amanda told us that Strangelove contacted her after the revolutionaries came to power in Nicaragua. Strangelove, the AI researcher from Mother Base?
I remember her.
We'd lost touch with her, till Amanda heard from her out of the blue. She told Amanda she wanted to salvage Peace Walker's drive parts, or something from the bottom of Lake Nicaragua. Amanda passed the request on to her friends in the new administration. Snake, do you remember Amanda?
Yeah, I do.
Their revolution was a success. Somoza resigned, and Nicaragua has a new government. How long are we going to keep that woman here?
You mean quiet?
My personal feelings aside, she's putting everybody on edge. You should hear the stories. I got sick from just standing guard at her cell. I won't stand on the same platform as that witch. She hit me for no reason.
What is this, a private army or a kindergarten?
The thing is, they're all serious. They're faced with something they don't understand, and a kind of mass hysteria has broken out. I've gotten wind of countless plots to take her out.
There are no grounds for this suspicion whatsoever. Put yourself in her shoes, assuming they see her as a prisoner here. No, even more so, if they do, she deserves to be treated humanely. I always thought our men were a bit more noble-minded, but... Look, I understand this is a stressful line of work, but to make her the scapegoat...
You've got it wrong. Quiet? She's with Cypher. We have men that lost their buddies to her organization.
You could say that about more than just her. Plenty of the men used to fight for another side, but they've all put that aside to work for the boss.
Cypher is different. And if you ask me, the boss is the biggest problem. Why is he protecting her? Some of the guys are starting to suspect him of... I don't agree with keeping her here either.
So what's your move? Throw her out? Kill her? She's our ticket to Cypher, and her physical abilities are outstanding. We could use someone like her.
That'll make me sick.
Her marksmanship, speed, stealth capabilities for a start. Then, there are the other things we've learned. Quiet appears to be able to use both eyes as master eyes simultaneously. That lets her track targets of different focal lengths at once. While looking through the scope with one eye, she can look for new targets with the other. That's why she doesn't need a spotter. She can operate alone, no matter the circumstances.
See, I told you she's a freak. No one would be able to control her.
No, there's one
How the
person who
fuck?
could.
Hey, you trying to get the boss killed?
Well,
It's
why don't we
melted
talk
ice
to him?
cream.
See if he's willing to take her along.
I don't like this.
It's his decision to make. The two of them might even make a good team.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm trying to scoop up at the bottom of the little circle. You're the fat fuck who could hear me eating. And the consistency of what I was eating. I think it's your brain slowly pushing her hairline back. What the hell is Lake Nicaragua? I'm gonna search it up because apparently some big ass robot drowned itself in it. Never. Well, first off, I don't. But I'm not gonna pay for a monthly subscription on another game besides the PS4 one. I don't know. I'll think about it. I can play Fortnite on my Switch though, like really well though.
Where is she?
New cassette tape.
You mean Quiet? In her cell, of course.
Why did you send her out with the boss on that mission?
She proved herself well enough, didn't she? The boss sure knows talent when he sees it.
That woman will never be one of us. She's targeting him.
Don't forget, we do owe her one.
What's that supposed to mean?
Remember what happened when she first got here? She shot down the aircraft Cypher sent after us. Not only that, she hit the cockpit. Who else could have done that? We're talking about a fighter jet traveling at Mach speed.
What's your point?
If she hadn't been there, the boss's chopper would be at the bottom of the ocean right now. Or it would have been followed right back to Mother Base. So let's say she does have some elaborate scheme in the works. If you want to catch her in the act, all we can do is sit back and wait. On the other hand, if she swears allegiance to the boss like our other Fulton recruits, he couldn't ask for a better partner.
She's got you fooled.
I have eyes on her. If she tries anything, she'll regret it. We lose nothing either way.
You would take a shower and do that. I tell you everything. I was listening to a cassette tape.
It wasn't just Cypher. Back in the Caribbean, every eye in the world was turned on us. A private army, just a bunch of guys with guns, in possession of a nuke? Why wouldn't they be uncomfortable?
And that's why you made sure the inspection happened.
Well, I thought our best move was to prove to the UN through the IAEA that we had no nuke. Of course, I was against us having it in the first place, but that was Snake's decision.
The boss wasn't responsible.
Well, don't get me wrong, I still believed in Snake. I thought I was making the best decision for all of us, that's all. I figured we should get a third party to exonerate us before proof of the nuke did get out. And who better to do that than an organization with international authority?
So the truth is, you took it upon yourself to agree to an inspection arranged by the UN. Only the inspection was a ruse, and Cypher's strike force, XOF, showed up instead.
I had no idea that would happen.
Enough bullshit!
Oh, sure, like I could have known. You know, I was just trying to prove our innocence to the world. What's wrong with that?
We're not interested in the excuses you've thought up. The truth is objective.
Just see it from my point of view.
You led XOF to the control tower. They seized it, giving them complete control over the base. Moments later, they detonated C4 on the strut legs. Anyone who'd managed to survive was hunted down by the assault force and their choppers.
You can't believe I did that on purpose.
That was the end of Mother Base. But it wasn't the end for you.
How can you... Look, think about it. I lost something too. I built Zeke and it got buried underwater. I am a victim.
That raises the big questions. Why were you the only one spared? You got away without a scratch. Why did Strangelove leave the base on the eve of the inspection? You two were close.
Strangelove?
And how did you manage to build something that surpasses Zeke in every way? Because you did everything they told you. You're the only one who didn't lose a thing. That is the truth.
I was taken away against my will. Skullface forced me to do his research these past 9 years. He used me. I lost 9 years.
9 years? We all lost 9 years. It wasn't just you.
I suppose blaming me makes you feel better, does it? But who's gonna give me back all the time I lost?
You're not getting anything back. You're not a victim here, Emmerich. You're the perpetrator.
I didn't know anything.
Nobody can back that up. Yeah, all the evidence is at the bottom of the ocean. You know the hardest man to break? The type who's fooling himself. That takes time. It's easier to live a convenient lie than a painful truth. Is that the piece you've chosen, Doc?
I'm not lying.
Of course. Just let me check one or two
Welcome
things.
back, boss.
On that day, you were in the control tower with them. Lucky you. You got out unscathed. And you escaped on one of their choppers. Only you, right before the base went under.
They had me blindfolded the whole time. I've never been so scared. The whole flight, I thought they'd kill me. But thinking of you kept me going. My comrades, all the way.
And?
There was a plane journey, then we traveled by road. When they finally took off the blindfold, I was in kind of a warehouse, on the floor. Afghanistan, it was that research lab. I couldn't believe they'd taken me halfway around the world. And soon enough, he came.
Skullface.
He's the one who's really behind that Mother Base attack. He forced me into that research.
What kind of research?
He told me to build a bipedal walking tank for the Soviet Union. Like Peace Walker. A system that could fire an ICBM-class nuclear weapon. That's how the Sahelanthropus project got started.
Sahelanthropus.
Those AI weapons I'd made in Costa Rica were like toys by comparison. A whole world apart from reptilian four-legged crawling and that ridiculous hunched-over bipedal waddling. My design evolved to the dawn of mankind. Sahelanthropus, the first steps towards humanity. An upright bipedal weapon system. Originally, Sahelanthropus was going to be a manned weapons platform. I designed a cockpit in its head, and I planned to fill it with water as a buffering agent.
Like how Paz modified Zeke for human control.
Don't compare me to some amateur. I designed it for human control from the beginning. The problem was miniaturizing the posture control in...
Bro.
You remember the reptile pod?
The AI that controlled your unmanned weapons.
Attaching it externally makes it vulnerable. So this time I wanted it beneath the armor. Meaning I had to make the AI smaller. I got it down to less than 1/10 the size without any loss in computation speed. But it was still too big for the cockpit. There wasn't enough room for the pilot. If I made the head bigger, its body would have to be bigger to support it. Too big to be practical. In the end, human piloting was taken off the table. I tested a remote control system too, but there was the time lag and I wasn't satisfied with its precision either. Plus, it would be useless if the enemy jammed it. So next, I went back to trying an AI-only system. To do that, I had the AI pods recovered from Nicaragua. This was a hybrid AI, a combination of Peace Walker's reptile and mammal pods. The only AIs that had ever successfully operated an unmanned nuclear weapon system.
Really? You'd need some help to get that working. Expert help. Did you work with someone?
Jinx went to go
I worked
eat or
alone.
something. No, he went to a
You
shower.
did that yourself?
That's the thing. The AI didn't pan out in the end either. But I did finally get Sahelanthropus walking by folding over its upper body to lower its center of gravity. The first upright bipedal locomotive weapon system in the history of mankind. I guess technically it falls into the anthropoid ape category.
I don't see the benefit of having it stand taller.
On terrain with significant differences in elevation like Afghanistan, you need a body that's vertically adaptable. That also lets it attack from long range while using mountain ridges for cover. So, making it walk upright was the most important factor in giving it superior height capability. As the name suggests, that was the whole point of Sahelanthropus. But I was being pushed for results. Having the AI mounted externally would have been the fastest way to get it working. I just needed more data so it could maintain its balance. But Skullface refused to wait. He dismissed the idea of AI control and took Sahelanthropus away from me before I could finish it.
But it was walking when it came after you.
That's just it. I don't understand how Skullface got it to move upright. Without a pilot or an AI.
Yeah, I'd have been
and walking at that speed, too. It's beyond anything I could have imagined. This is like the Wright brothers making it to the moon. I'm just as clueless as you are.
So this Sahelanthropus, where is it now?
I have no idea. All my experiments took place at that cave. I've never seen it anywhere else. Besides, it's still just an incomplete prototype at this point, and nothing but a paper tiger. Even if it can walk, it's far from being a viable weapons platform. It wouldn't be useful in actual battle.
Emmerich will remain here at Mother Base for now, but not as a member of Diamond Dogs. I still don't trust him. That work for you?
Fine by me. He can't be allowed any contact with staff either.
Yeah. A lot of the guys would love some payback for 9 years ago. We still need him alive. But we have to restrict his movements. He can only go where we tell him. And of course, the interrogations will continue. He worked for that skull bastard for nearly a decade. He still has more to tell us.
How long are we gonna press him?
If our investigation shows he really had nothing to do with the attack, we'll reconsider his place here. But I don't expect that to happen. Remember that water tank-shaped object in Emmerich's lab in the Soviet...
Roger.
The thing that started talking to you like a possessed answering machine. That was a pod built for housing the AI used to control unmanned weapons. You remember, back in '74 in Costa Rica. It was in those machines you fought there. They were designated Pupa, Chrysalis, Cocoon, and Basilisk. And each of them was fitted with an AI unit called the Reptile Pod. Emmerich created it. It mainly handled the machine's posture control and autonomous behavior. But the Basilisk, aka Peace Walker, also featured a second AI pod. That one was called the Mammal Pod, and it was created by Dr. Strangelove. She tried to recreate the boss's personality through the Mammal Pod, but you pulled out its memory boards. That's when it transferred its own functions to its Reptile Pod. Just like a human brain compensating for damage by using the remaining healthy parts. The result was a unique entity, a hybrid of the reptile and the mammal. It sank to the bottom of Lake Nicaragua with Peace Walker. But apparently they salvaged it and transported it to that lab. Don't let it deceive you, Snake. It may sound like the boss, but it has neither a personality nor a will. Like Emmerich says, it's just a machine.
Wow, dude, and it ended right when I... Oh, bro. So somebody... I don't even feel like explaining it. That's just deep.
You called that thing Sahelanthropus. Where does the name come from?
Well, several years ago, an excavation team discovered a hominid skull in the Sahel region.
Central Africa. The Southern Sahara.
Cypher gave the specimen the name Sahelanthropus, Man of Sahel. And then they covered the whole thing up.
Why?
They probably wanted to monopolize information about human evolution to have a head start in their genetic research. At least, until they had an idea of what they'd found.
It was that big of a discovery, huh?
Sahelanthropus was a gracile hominid, estimated to have lived about 7 million years ago. What's significant about it is how its skull's foramen magnum faces down. In other words, its spinal column supported its head from underneath.
It stood upright.
Right. Which would mean Sahelanthropus walked upright 3 million years before Australopithecus, making it the world's oldest human species.
Walking upright. I get it. Hence the name Sahelanthropus for your machine.
Walking upright was the decisive difference between our ancestors and other anthropoids. Our brains could get heavier once they were supported by the spinal column. That led to the use of tools and the development of complex communication through language. Only man is capable of this. My creation will be the progenitor of all bipedal weapon platforms.
And you did this for Cypher?
No, not at all. Sahelanthropus is the best proof that I never betrayed you guys.
What do you mean?
The reconstructed Sahelanthropus skull looked exactly like the skull we used as our logo 9 years ago in the Caribbean.
An army without a nation. Outside the world order.
The design was based on Pangaea, the supercontinent that existed 250 million years ago, right?
Yeah. When the world was a single landmass. That concept's at the source of our strength.
I felt the same way about Sahelanthropus. Sure, I was forced to build it under their orders, but I always wanted to put its technology back in our hands someday. That's the reason I incorporated the old insignia into Sahelanthropus's name. Don't you see? That's how much I was thinking about you guys.
Oh, I see, all right. I see someone desperate to cover his ass. You can say whatever you want after the fact. But that skull also symbolizes somebody else. Skullface.
Snake, you finally came. Just don't record this, okay?
Not recording anything. What's this about?
What I'm about to say stays between you and me.
Obviously
it's about the weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Do you know a researcher by the name of Clark? He works in the biotech industry. Real advanced stuff. His area is bioengineering, but lately he's also gotten into genetic research.
Never heard of him.
Well then, what do you know about cloning?
I think I've heard enough.
Hold on, this is important. Cloning lets you create a genetic copy of an organism. You take the nucleus of one of its cells, and you swap it with the nucleus of an unfertilized egg from another member of the same species. They started out working with plants, but since then they've had success with other organisms, including mammals. It's a hot area for a lot of places right now. Corporations, universities, research groups. There's no shortage of scientists out to get famous and patent their work, with morality taking a back seat.
Isn't that a little outside your field?
It's got nothing to do with my research. But I thought it might be of interest to you. Cloning, and Dr. Clark, I mean.
Go on.
Now, this is really highly classified stuff. But I've heard that an American biotech company has successfully cloned a human being. What's more, it happened over 10 years ago. And the researcher behind it was Dr. Clark. You've really never heard of him?
I don't meet many doctors.
This Dr. Clark is a complete ghost, even to others in his field. His age, where he comes from, that might not be his real name. And I can't even say for sure he's a he. Clark's employer, ATGC, its company motto is embracing your hopes, preserving talent.
What does this have to do with me?
Cypher. Dr. Clark works for ATGC, and they have connections to DARPA. Cypher couldn't function without the communications network DARPA's built. Cypher has to be a part of the Pentagon, or at least the two are joined at the hip. DARPA is a driving force behind human cloning. It's a pretty high priority project for them. And this Dr. Clark, some say he's a pivotal player in Cypher. But that's not all. Every cell nucleus in an organism contains the genetic information for that organism. Think of it as a blueprint for life. Clark appears to be working on how to decode this information and rearrange it at will. If you could do that, it would mean being able to custom design human beings for specific purposes. Can you believe that? Suppose for a moment that this is all fact. A man of your talents, if your genetic information died with you, that would be a terrible loss for mankind. But what if mankind could preserve you for future generations by cloning you?
All right, enough. I get the idea.
Look, I know it's inductive reasoning, but this weapon to surpass Metal Gear they're developing in Africa, I believe it's something that uses this new technology. Speaking as a fellow scientist, it chills me to the bone.
That's rich coming from you.
If genes serve as our blueprint, then I wonder if they include an impulse that drives us to tweak the design. Can you imagine that? Genes, encoded with information that wants its children to decode it. Is life itself putting the direction of our next evolution in the hands of scientists? I guess it would take some real arrogance to believe that. And yet, it could be what Cypher's after.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree. But that was an interesting story. It'd make a good movie.
You have to believe me.
Where'd you hear all this anyway?
Where? I just overheard it in bits and pieces while I was forced to do that research for them.
Right.
Wait a minute. Look, I want to help you. I want to be of service here. I'm risking my life with this.
Is that so? Maybe it's time we brought someone else into the conversation.
No, not him. Not Ocelot. You can't do this.
Okay. Okay. Right. It didn't cut off. What do you mean?
Boss, your objective is to eliminate as many enemy combat vehicles as you can.
Yeah, no, maybe
for this
not.
mission, we're backup for the guerrillas' offensive. That means our mission isn't over until theirs is.
You don't gotta
Keep an
look
eye
at
on the remaining time. Also bear in mind that you'll fail the mission if you don't take out a single vehicle. As for payment, the more vehicles, the bigger our paycheck. so give him a real fireworks show. Check the target's locations on your map. Once you've spotted incoming reinforcements, their location will be added to your iDroid too.
Wait, I'm confused. Y'all gotta explain that to me better. I don't know.
Be careful down there, boss.
I don't think Soap is good.
Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've sent their predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map.
No, he's like, I'm life waving. He's got that little elegant accent. It's a little sexy. So y'all gonna explain more on why? So, shut up.
Check your iDroid for their predicted route.
Понял. Проверьте, но осторожно. Конец
part of the mission. You think you can bust them loose? Just if you have the time to spare. Targets closing in. You can check their predicted route on your iDroid. The guerrillas' offensive will be ending soon. Boss, there's still time left. Take out as many vehicles as you can.
Go.
Target extraction confirmed. That's cut down the enemy mechanized unit's force strength. Boss, I have a report from the intel team. The targets are now on the move. I've set the predicted route to your iDroid. Check your map. Boss, need a little extra firepower? We spotted a Soviet weapons transport truck. Apparently its cargo was something pretty powerful. What do you think? Should we make them share? Tread carefully, boss. A target has left the mission area. It's too late to eliminate that one. Just focus on taking out the remaining targets. Boss, we have new targets. Check your iDroid for the details. Boss, time's up. The guerrillas' offensive was a success. The day is theirs. And our mission is complete. Time to fall back. Leave the hot zone as soon as you can. Roger.
On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Mission complete. That was rough. Thanks for getting us through it.
We all know why you're going by yourself, by the way. Just buy the seats next to you. That's embarrassing, Soap. Soap, you missed a whole few letters. Oh, this motherfucker. Real bad. Oh, I have 1,000,000 GMP.
About night.
Bro got mocked.
Boss, Code Talker's research has been stolen. The research materials have been packed into 2 containers and hidden in the jungle southwest of the mansion. Enemy extraction choppers will be there any minute. You have to find and retrieve those containers before they arrive. That area is being guarded by zero-risk security, and their client is XOF. If the choppers make off with the containers, that research will end up in Cypher's hands. That cannot be allowed to happen. One other thing, boss. We need a cargo-capable Fulton extraction device to recover the containers. Use your iDroid to order its development and have it dropped in.
Be careful down there, boss.
Y'all want me to get on? I'm trying to think of something there. Hold on. So, you told? No. So you told or no?